Yeah, we're about 1 minute too. We are live.
Hi everyone, we're just testing our systems here and we'll be with you in a few moments. Okay, hi, it's 1 o'clock and Kate, Barrett and myself, Emma Burford, are here live with you today and sharing this space with us on Facebook. Hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Now this is a little different today because Kate and I have got to know each other over the last year or so, and we have a little story to tell you because we both joined the Online Edge Academy by Melanie and Devon Duncan, and it's mainly a USA membership site, but there are a number of people around the world, and a number of UK people collectively thought, right, you know, let's get to know each other because there are not so many of us. So we connected and got to know each other, and it transpired that we're actually 5 minutes, just 1 mile down the road from each other. So it is a very small world out there, isn't it, Kate?
Very, very small world.
So today, to do something a little bit different, we thought we would share Kate's fantastic webinar with you and actually do it together. So here we are in my office in rainy Orpington in the suburbs of London. So today, Kate is going to be sharing her email marketing webinar. So I'll hand you over to Kate, who's going to have a little intro.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to switch to presentation mode. And I have to say, Kate's presentation is fantastic. You're going to absolutely love the content that she's sharing with you. So at the end of the webinar, I will be scooping up all the questions as we go through, and we'll be going through a Q&A. So any questions you've got for Kate at the end, we'll go through those at the end of the webinar. So grab your drink, get ready, pen and paper, note, text file, and we're nearly ready to go. So over to Kate.
Thank you very much, Emma. Absolutely, everyone. Grab a drink. You're going to need it over the next hour. As Emma said, a notepad and pen, or however you best take notes. There is a lot of information in the next hour, and you are not going to want to miss it. So make sure you shut down your email, Facebook, anything else that could distract you, because email marketing is the way to grow your business, and I don't want you to miss any of the information. So as Emma said, we're going to jump into the presentation in a minute, and if you have any questions for me, email marketing related of course, then drop them in the questions below and we will come to those at the end of the webinar, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to you all.
Excellent. So I'm just going to put myself on mute for a few minutes now and swap Kate onto the presentation, so there'll be no sound for a few seconds, okay?
Might need to even turn off your webcam. I'm going to unmute.
It doesn't matter actually.
Okay, so hopefully everyone can see my screen and hear me okay, and as I said, we've got a lot of information for you, so let's jump straight in. Now, you're probably on this webinar today because you know that your customers are using email and spending their money. How many of you have been prompted to purchase by an email that you've received? I know that I certainly have, whether it was a product-based purchase or whether it was a service-based purchase. And the statistic on the screen is fantastic. 44% of email recipients made at least one purchase last year based on a promotional email. If you're not sending email, you're missing out on those sales. You need to be using email marketing in your business. And people who buy products marketed through email spend 130 to 80% more than people who did not receive email offers. What would an increase in revenue do to your business, particularly an increase in spend of 138%? That is a massive amount to be missing out on if you're not currently using email. And the proof really is in return on investment. According to the Direct Marketing Association, every pound spent on email marketing, almost £25 was generated in return. The numbers really speak for themselves there. But the caveat here is that you need to be using email marketing in the right way in order to generate those fantastic results. And I know a lot of you guys are probably using Facebook, Twitter, and other social media channels to try and acquire new customers. But a recent study showed that email is almost 40 times better at acquiring new customers than Facebook and Twitter. Now, I'm certainly not saying to come off of those channels because there is a great link between email marketing and social media, and the two work very, very well together. But if you're looking to acquire new customers, you need to use email marketing in conjunction with these channels to actually generate the revenue and get those new customers in. Let's just look at some of the key benefits of email marketing to get started so that we really know why you should be using this fantastic channel other than just the numbers I've given you there. So the first is that it's a really direct way to contact your prospects. You're getting straight to their inbox, you're delivering that message directly to them. And by doing that, you can really use it to build a relationship with the audience and, of course, prompt sales, something that we all want to do as entrepreneurs and business owners. But beyond that, email is also a really fast way to get the information out to your audience. So, for example, using direct mail, the classic snail mail really is what it says. It can take a long time to get that message to somebody. So, for example, if I send a message today, somebody's not going to receive it tomorrow or the day after. And if there's a problem, it could be even longer. With email marketing, you can get your message out to thousands, not millions of subscribers in seconds. It's a really fast channel to get that message straight to them. And you can track everything in email, from who opens your email to who clicks on it, who unsubscribes, if they complain by pressing the spam or junk button, everything. And if you've got additional tracking information on your website, you can even link your conversions back to your email marketing as well, or where people have visited on your website and their behavior. So everything is trackable and you can get back to every piece of information, which is fantastic in terms of analysing and improving your results going forward. And you can also personalise emails. One of the rules that I stick to is if it's in your database, you can use it to personalise your communication. And this is going way past the first name. This could be information about previous products they've purchased from you, when they purchased, interest areas that they've told you they like and want to hear about from you. Any information that you're collecting on your subscribers and is in your email database, you can use it to get really personal with your emails, which is really where the engagement is going to come from. That's where you're going to get people's interest and really give them that value through your email marketing. Now, you're probably here because you're already using email marketing, or maybe you've heard about email marketing but haven't quite taken the plunge yet and got started. But whatever stage you're at, there is a key question you're probably asking yourself. How will you get the results you like from your email marketing? And this really is an excellent question to ask. And if you're interested in learning this, you're definitely in the right place, because what I'm going to be teaching you over the next hour is how to use email marketing to market your business and increase your sales. So just a little bit more about me. My name is Kate Barrett, and I'm the director of Shining Light Media and the founder of the Email Marketing Academy. And I've been working in email marketing for more than 10 years now, gaining a wealth of experience in what works and what doesn't work across a range of different industries. But when I first started out, all this information was new maybe for many of you, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I remember the first campaign that I sent out, I was so nervous, and I was really thrown in at the deep end, so to speak, because the company that I worked for already had a database of around 1 million people. So it's very send emails even now, it's just a few people or a handful of people, but from my very first campaign, having to put that message out there, put myself out there, and send those emails to millions of subscribers, it's scary. You know, I know exactly what it feels like. But from there, I really kept learning and trying and changing and learning again and increasing the results that my clients saw from their marketing campaigns. So, for example, one client I worked with in the travel industry had a new brochure launch coming out, and just by implementing a few simple strategies, getting a little bit clever with their email marketing, and using it in the right way, we saw an increase of over 3,000% in their conversion rate. That was enormous. This was just taking their list, and as I said, making a few simple strategic changes from what they were doing previously. And that resulted in thousands of revenue. So everything that you're going to learn today are techniques that I've used over the last 10 years to generate millions of pounds worth of revenue for my employers and my clients. So I'm really excited to share all of this with you today. And let's jump straight in. So today, you're going to learn steps to ensure you grow your list quickly with engaged, interested subscribers. And that's really the key there. It's getting that engagement for your subscribers. You're going to learn how to make it irresistible to your audience, and you're also going to learn the key ways to use email quickly and generate leads or even just direct revenue for your business while you sleep. How fantastic would that be? And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So let's jump straight into the 3 proven steps to grow your email list and increase your sales. The first is to grow your list organically and optimize your sign-up process. So we're starting right back at the beginning here. Now I'd like to break the initial step down into further steps. The first is to get an explicit opt-in. You want to build that list of subscribers who are really interested in your products and services. They want to hear from you. And the strength of the opt-in at the beginning, when you first get permission to send them an email, is heavily linked to the engagement of the list going forward. So the key here is that you do want to get their permission. You want them to opt in to receiving those emails from you. Okay, so there's two main ways that you can do this. Through an opt-in pod on your website, for example, or a squeeze page. So a page solely dedicated to gaining an opt-in. So there's those 2 ways. So a few examples coming up on the screen now for you. We've got an estate agent up in the corner who added an email opt-in when somebody does a property search. So they're actually asking people, whilst you're searching for a property, would you also like to receive alerts about this criteria via email? We've got another example here that's a pop-up. We've got an example here that's a footer pod, a pod in the footer of your website. And even from social media here, a pop-up, a pod, that is shown at the end of a blog post. So once you've read that blog post and you've loved it, as you come to the end of the content, they then give you the sign-up form to get further updates. So you can see that the common trend between all of these is that they are getting an opt-in to receive those emails to receive that information via email. All of them have that in common. So you want to make sure you get that explicit opt-in, that permission. The next step is to create an offer. You need to remember that an email address is a valuable commodity, and no one wants to subscribe to a boring old newsletter. You need to really remember whenever you're writing sign-up forms or anything else that you're doing in your marketing, you need to put yourself in the shoes of the subscriber, in the shoes of the person purchasing from you. And you need to think, what's in it for me? What's the benefits that signing up to this newsletter is going to give me? Am I going to receive exclusive invites to events that no one else is going to receive? Am I going to receive exclusive information, free downloads? Am I going to receive a percentage off of my first order? Whatever that might be, you need to give them the benefits of receiving your emails on an ongoing basis. Now, you may notice I also mentioned them giving, say, a discount, for example, and offering that as an endorsement for them to opt in. So not only are you telling them the benefits of receiving your emails going forward, and all of the fantastic content you're going to send to them, but also that first initial point, giving them a reason in the first place to give you that email address. And what I'd like to show you is some other marketing ideas or lead magnet ideas to entice people to opt in. So I've mentioned a special offer, but you could also give them an ebook or a free video series, focusing in on a specific problem and giving them actionable steps to solve that problem. Something that the kind of people that you want to attract onto your email list are going to want. Now, if you provide something general, such as a competition to win £100 or $100, or if you provide a competition to win an iPad, you're going to attract people that aren't necessarily your ideal clients, the kind of people who you want on your email list. So you want to create a lead magnet, an offer idea, and also the benefits of your email marketing going forward in terms of informing the type of content you want to send. You need to aim it at the audience you want to attract, okay? Because we want those really interested, engaged people on your list. So an ebook or a video series based around a problem that your ideal clients have, that you can solve for them, or giving them a fantastic piece of information they're not going to find elsewhere, whatever that great information is, you can use those tools to deliver it. You could also offer a live Google Hangout, similar to what we're doing today, to bring people in and again, give them amazing content. My aim for today is to give you value with the tips that we're showing you and the proven steps so that you can leave the webinar today and go and implement them and make a difference with your email marketing. So you can deliver a fantastic amount of content and really prompt people to subscribe through a webinar or a live Google Hangout. Now that's not the end of the ideas. I've got some more for you. You could lock it down to member content. So they may have to be subscribed to your emails to either access certain areas of your website and certain content, or perhaps it's certain content that's just sent out via email. Something exclusive that they're not going to get anywhere else. You could look at having a workbook or a checklist to really help people get through and understand, again, a specific problem or to fix an area they want solved. Or you could give them a challenge, a 30-day challenge that you deliver via email. Again, to help them solve a problem and really give value. Okay, we're just going to pause for one moment. Bear with me. We've just got a couple of technical issues with the sound. Just bear with me for one moment.
Can't hear you now, yeah?
I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay, well, if you can hear us, that's fine, but there's a bit of an echo, so
right.
Have you got any other windows open at all? Did you have your Facebook window open? Or?
No, I think I closed everything down.
Okay. So it's very echoey, so it might be better putting that in the other room.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can hear us, we're just moving for a second.
Should we turn it back on and make sure? Sorry guys, we're just pausing for a moment. It seems there's a little bit of an echo with me talking, so we're just going to move rooms. Please just bear with us for 30 seconds. Okay. I'm going to have to unplug. Oh. Okay. Is it really bad? Oh, I just think on the oh, there we go.
Right, sorry about that. Okay, let's try it here and see if this sounds a bit better. Okay. Okay, let's try it.
That's cool.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully everyone can hear us still. Sorry about that, we just had to move rooms, but hopefully you can hear everything that I'm saying, and hopefully it's a little bit less echoey. So we're just going to test that out, but for the time being I'll carry on with step 3. So once you've got that specific opt-in and that permission, and you've generated your opt-in offer, your lead magnet to entice people to opt in, you also need to have a look at the sign-up form and create an attention-grabbing sign-up form. So the first thing you want to have a look at is having a really strong, compelling headline. And you want to be benefit-driven through all of this. So keep in mind what's in it for me. And when you're looking at your call to action, so perhaps move past the register now, make it action-based, make it benefit-driven so that people really want to get to what you're offering. So for example, if you're offering a free ebook or a cheat sheet or a worksheet, you know, the call to action could be download now for instant access. There's that benefit. You're going to get access straight away and you can download it to save forever. Something else you want to just be aware of on your sign-up form is to be really open, honest, and transparent. Let people know what you're going to send to them and when you're going to send it. Because as soon as you start sending the emails, people are going to know anyway. And we want to make sure we're just getting those really interested, engaged subscribers. So be open, honest, and transparent. And make sure your form is really easy to use and really clear. Just collect relevant information, information that you're going to use and is relevant to your email program and providing really enticing, valuable content going forward. So keep it simple. Now, I've got an example here for you from H&M. So the first thing they do is give that really compelling reason to subscribe with the strong headline. They outline the key benefits that you're going to get from subscribing to their email program, exclusive offers, the latest fashion news, the benefits, the things that are really important and will pull in those subscribers that they want to attract. Now, they're also using a non-checked opt-in, so they're specifically asking for that explicit permission by saying, yes, I'd like to receive emails from you. And they're also being open, honest, and transparent by including a link to their privacy policy on the sign-up form. Now, I'm not going to go into details of privacy policies, but just as a very quick word on them, these should really detail how the data is going to be used that you're collecting. So specifically looking at an email marketing sense, you need to be detailing here, as I said before, how you're going to use that data, what you're going to send to them, when you're going to send it. You want to make sure that it's really clear. So that's an example of a really nice sign-up form. It's just asking for their email address. That's all H&M needs to collect at the point of sign-up. And more information can always be collected further down the relationship with the subscribers. So that's a really clear form and an example for you there. Got another example here of the pop-up on Melanie Duncan's website. What Melanie does really great is she has that really strong, compelling headline. It's really benefit-driven. Let me help you grow your business and design your dream life. And also breaks down the benefits even further and tells you what you're going to learn or how you're going to benefit by receiving those emails. Excuse me. And then she also collects minimal information. Just the first name and the email address is all she needs to get you started receiving those emails from her. So another great example of a very simple, easy to use sign-up form. Now the next step, once you've created your really compelling sign-up form, you've got your opt-in offer, everything's together, you need to advertise it. You need to get it out there. So just some examples for you. Obviously your website is the first place to start. So in the header area of your website, in the footer area, at the end of blog posts, in your sidebars, through pop-ups. And I know some of you are going to be sitting there saying, I hate pop-ups. Test them. See what works for your audience. See how your audience reacts to signing up through pop-ups. For some people, they work incredibly well, so well worth testing there. You can put your sign up out through social media channels. So you could have a specific tab on your Facebook page, for example, for somebody to opt into your list to get your specific opt-in offer. You could run a competition through your social media channels. You can offer teasers of the content that's coming in your next email with a link to subscribe so people don't miss out on that exclusive content they're not going to get anywhere else. There are so many ways that you can use social media to drive people through to join your email list. And as I said back at the beginning, they work very, very well together. So social media is certainly a place to push that sign-up form out. If you're having phone calls with people, customer service calls, ask them on the call if they'd like to opt in. Or affiliate marketing through partners or even an affiliate network where other people are driving leads through to your landing page. So the point here is that, yes, you want to get your sign-up form out in as many places as possible, on your website, for example. You also want to create a squeeze page, a page dedicated to getting that opt-in. So if you're offering a free video series or an ebook or anything like that, for example, you can have a dedicated squeeze page that you send traffic to just to focus on building your list. Now, the key here is really driving traffic. You can put your sign-up form in 100 million different places, but if you're not driving traffic to those areas, you're not going to get any sign-ups. So email marketing really works very well in conjunction with all of the other marketing channels you're using, whether it's search engine marketing, pay-per-click advertising on search engine marketing, Facebook ads, through your normal social media, your organic reach through there. Any other marketing channel that you are using, make sure that you're coming back and offering that email opt-in on the landing page to ensure that you're gaining the most from the other marketing that you're doing. And once you get people onto your email list, you can then put them into targeted email series to build the relationship and generate sales. So advertise your sign up everywhere, get it out there, push it out, and you will get those sign-ups. So take action. From this first step, I want you to do a few things after this webinar, because we all know that learning something is great, but if you don't implement it, nothing's ever going to change. So what I want you to do is have a look at how you're currently generating sign-ups. What sources are working for you? Are you getting a lot of people visiting through Facebook and they're converting to opt-in? What's working for you? Are you currently using a lead magnet, an opt-in offer to entice people to subscribe? And if you're not, start thinking about what could work best for your audience and start brainstorming a few ideas. Take a look at your sign-up form. If you have a sign-up form created already, have a look at it and see if you can optimize it to be more benefit-driven. And if you don't have a sign-up form on already, make sure you're looking at where you can place it on your website, through other marketing channels, and how you can really generate headlines, call to actions, copy, opt-in offers that are really benefit-driven. So the types of people you want to entice in to your email list. So the second step that I'd like to talk to you about today is planning your emails and making sure you're sending really interesting, relevant content. Now, the way to do that is to know what you want to send and when, because consistency is definitely key in terms of creating an email marketing list and creating email marketing campaigns that people engage with. So, the first thing I want you to do is to create a content schedule. So mark out the next 6 to 12 months, whatever you've got time for right now, and take that calendar and mark out public holidays, key events, your regular newsletter, any special offer emails that you want to send out. Mark all of these on your calendar for the next 6 to 12 months. Okay, so what this will do is to allow you to start planning these manual emails that you're sending that are based around your regular newsletter, special offers, or any other events that are happening. So for example, Christmas is coming round fast. What you'd want to do for Christmas is make sure that, okay, you know that Christmas is on the 25th of December, obviously. If you're a product-based business, you may have a last shipping date before Christmas. So you want to be working to that and build a series of campaigns back from that on your calendar to build that funnel to get them through to purchase for that specific event. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, but the key here is to plot down any emails you think you might want to send, plot down key events that you want to send emails around, and start planning backwards on your calendar. What this also allows you to do is make sure that none of your emails are going to clash with each other, and it also allows you to make sure that when you're sending an email, you can make sure that the content flows from email to email that you're sending. So the next step that you want to do to ensure that you can do that is to plan the content outline for each email that you've just plotted in your schedule. So for example, if you're sending a newsletter once a month, you're going to want to plan out the outline of the type of content you want to include in your newsletters for the next 6 months. Now that may sound really scary, but don't worry, I'm not telling you to sit there and write 6 months of emails straight out. It's not going to happen. Even I wouldn't do that. So I don't expect you to do that. But the key here is to get the outline. So is there a particular topic that you want to broach in the January email and another topic that you want to talk about in the February email, and so on and so forth? You're building up a strategy, an idea of what you're going to be talking about in your emails. So for example, maybe you've got a blog schedule and strategy that you have running already, and you regularly put out blog posts. Or if you have other plans within your business to have certain sale periods or certain other offers that are running, you can link all your email marketing activity back in with the rest of your business, because that's when all marketing channels work the best, when they are planned in conjunction with each other to support each other. Okay, so plot out that schedule for the next 6 to 12 months. Jot down when those emails, when you want to send them, then break it down and start planning the content outline. What topics do you want to talk about? Is there a specific special offer that you want to put in that email that you don't want to put in another email? Plan it out. And this will really help you as well, because when you come to write those emails, you already know what you're going to write. You already know what you want your content to be. So you can just write the email really easily from your outline and not have to worry about panicking and thinking, what did I send last month? What do I want to send next month? And how am I going to get everything together for this month? This will help not only you, but help your consistency for the people receiving your emails and making sure it's really valuable information. So, all of these emails that you're planning, how do you make them really relevant? Well, the first step is to find out about your subscribers, okay? But any information that you find out, you want to make sure that you're using it. And you only want to ask them for relevant information. And then once they've told you, they're going to expect that information to be used. So, for example, in terms of finding out about your subscribers, there are a few different ways that you can go about it. But the first is to ask them. Send them out an email. If you have a current subscriber base, send them out an email and ask them what they want to hear about from you. Ask them what type of content they want you to send. Ask them what the biggest problems are that they're facing at the moment that you can help them with through your content. So sending out a survey is a great way to find out more information. Now, if you don't have an email list, don't panic. If you're just getting started, that's okay. If you're using social media, you could even put out a survey through your social media channels and ask those people that are already following you what they'd like to receive from an email program. You can actually talk to people, which I know is a scary thing nowadays, but you can actually ask people who would be your ideal clients. What types of things would they be interested in? What would be really valuable to them for them to receive from you via email? So it's about asking people, not just assuming you know what they want or just giving them what's best for you and your business. You really need to be thinking around, how can I provide the most value, the most interest to my subscribers? Okay? So you want to use the information that you're gathering. So, for example, perhaps you've decided that you want to add an additional field onto your sign-up form. Now, we obviously want to keep the sign-up forms quite together and compact, and we don't want to ask for too much information. But if asking on the sign-up form what people are interested in when they sign up will really help you to narrow down, then absolutely do that. So an example would be if you ask people what they were interested in. So for example, within email marketing, I may ask people if they're interested in a specific area of email marketing. Are they a beginner or a more advanced user? And what you get from asking people on the sign-up form or through surveys is you start to gain more information about your subscribers. Now, do you remember right back at the beginning of the webinar, I said that if it's in your database, you can use it to personalize your emails. That is a really key takeaway for you today. And what I want you to do is have a look at that information that you're gathering. Have a look at your database and start to find commonalities between your subscribers. And what you're doing here by finding different commonalities is creating segments. You're segmenting your list to find smaller subsets of your main list that are interested in specific things. So I'm going to give you a really basic example here. If you know in your list that you have male subscribers and female subscribers, and that's a piece of information that's in your database, you can create segments based on that information. So you can create a segment of all of the people in your database that are female. You can create a segment of all of the people in your database that are male. You can then send different information, different campaigns, different emails to the different segments. Because, just looking at the male-female example, if you were a product-based business, for example, you may not want to send information about men's clothing or men's underwear to women all the time, and vice versa. So that's just a really basic example. But what you can see here is that you start to build these commonalities. So if you've asked people on your sign-up form or in your survey what they're interested in hearing about from you, you can use that information to group people together. So using an example from my business, some of my subscribers are beginners to email marketing, some of them are very advanced users. So if I know that information in my database, I want to speak to those two sets of subscribers very, very differently. The information I would give to beginners or more advanced users will be different. The blog posts that would interest them, the information that I'm giving them, it will all be different. If you have retail customers in your database and you have trade customers in your database, again, the campaigns you'd want to send to them, the information you'd want to deliver may be very different. So by segmenting your audience based on what you know about them, you can start to create these smaller segments where you can send really targeted information that is based on something they've told you or behavior that they've even had with their past email campaigns. So if you've sent them email campaigns previously and they've opened information that emails that's on a certain type of information, you could then segment those people out to send them that type of information again because they've shown that interest through their behavior. So segmentation is really key to generating engagement with your email campaigns and generating those sales, and using those segments to send the different sections of content depending on their interests, their behavior, any information that you hold on them. And you really want to use this to grab their attention and speak to those segments individually. And as we said, provide really targeted, relevant content. So what's relevant to a segment in your list may not be relevant to your entire list. Okay, so you're really breaking it down to people who are going to be interested in that specific message, in that specific campaign that you want to send. You want to be impactful and add value with your content, and as we said before, be consistent. This will really help you by using that segmentation to deliver what people want when you said you'd send it. Segmentation will really help you with that and to provide that value. Now, just a little sub-point here, you always need to craft your subject line, but when you are using segmentation, have a little think about your subject lines in even more depth. Is there a subject line that you're using for one segment that's not going to work for another segment, that could be tweaked slightly to be more targeted for them? So when you're using segmentation, don't just use it in terms of your campaigns and sort of forget about everything else. Remember in your subject lines as well to make those even more relevant and targeted. And just a few little ideas for you to get your juices flowing in terms of crafting really irresistible subject lines. Using symbols or glyphs that really makes your emails and your subject lines stand out, but make sure you're using them where it makes sense. You could ask questions in your subject line and really provoke curiosity and interest and intrigue. So you need to grab them with that subject line, because if your email isn't opened, they're not going to see all the fantastic content that you have in there. So I just wanted to mention that, and just to make sure that when you are segmenting, make sure that you remember the segment that you're writing for, not just in your email copy, but in your subject line as well. So, again, I want you to take action on this second point and have a look at planning out those sends for the next 6 to 12 months. Have a look at your current database, have a look at the information you're currently collecting. Are there any gaps there? If you're not currently collecting information, have a look at how you can start to collect that information to inform your strategy and the type of content you send to people going forward. So you could create a survey if you need to, or make an adjustment to the sign-up form and the way that you present that sign-up form and what you ask on there. So really have a look at how you're going to collect that information and make sure it's in your database. I'm going to say it again just to remind you, because it's really important. If it's in your database, you can use it to personalize your emails. If it's not in your database, you obviously can't use it. But obviously you just want to make sure that any information you do collect, you have full intention of using to make your email program better. So gather all that information together, and if you do have a database already, start to create those segments of different types of subscribers. If you don't have a database already, don't worry, but start to think about this in advance in terms of the types of emails that you want to send and how you can make them personal going forward. You know, will knowing that subscriber's gender, will that help you to provide more targeted information? Knowing their interest groups, will that help you? So that will really help to inform you creating your sign-up form and any other campaigns around that in terms of creating surveys, for example. So take action. Start to make those plans and start to create those segments, because that's how you're going to create that irresistible content. Getting to know your subscribers and providing content that really speaks to them. Now, the third step that I'd like to go through with you today is probably the most exciting one, because, you know, I know that email is not a very sexy subject. Personally, I love it. But I know a lot of people don't find it very sexy. But trust me, if you don't find the fact that you can make money, generate leads while you sleep sexy, you probably shouldn't be in business. So let's get right down to it and give you this really killer tip. So to do this, you want to be using triggered emails. Now, triggered emails average 152% higher click-through rates than your business as usual messages, so your normal marketing messages. Who doesn't want to increase their click-through rate by 152%? That's enormous. These are the campaigns that, again, right back at the beginning, I told you that figure, the return on investment figure from the Direct Marketing Association, where for every marketing pound spent, almost £25 is brought back in return. What I didn't tell you that almost 70% of that, 77%, sorry, of that figure is generated by segmented emails and triggered emails. Okay, so the two topics that we've been talking about in the webinar today are absolutely crucial to increase your sales from email marketing and grow your business. So, as I said, 77% of that return on investment is coming from those segmented, triggered emails, because they're targeted, because they're telling people what they want to hear when they want to hear it, okay? So, I'm going to dive into a couple of specific triggered emails for you here. The first example is a welcome email. The whole thing about a triggered email is that you set up the email, your database, your email system searches itself every day and says, does anybody in the audience, in that subscriber list, in your database, reach this, what's the word? The word has completely gone out of my head. reach this rule. So basically with triggers, you set rules. You would say, send this email to anyone who meets this criteria. Okay, so the criteria that we're looking at here is send this email to anybody who has just subscribed to my list. So, for example, if you're using the MailChimp system, they call triggered emails autoresponders. And this is just a series where you set up the rules and it triggers automatically. So this is a really critical email, your welcome email. It's the first triggered email that you're going to set up. And welcome emails have 10 times higher transaction rates and revenue than bulk emails. Than emails you're just sending out to everybody on your database, okay? These welcome emails are also going to get 5 times more opens and 4 times more clicks according to this data. But the point here is that these are critical emails. It's the first email that somebody's going to receive from you after they sign up. It's the first impression. You're rolling out the red carpet, okay? So you really want to give them certain pieces of information. So let's break it down looking at this example from Curry's PC World. So first of all, you want to welcome and thank the new subscribers. Thank you for signing up to our emails. But you also want to remind them of the benefits they're now going to benefit from now that they've subscribed to receive your emails. Okay, so we talked about on the sign-up form making sure that those benefits are there and that it's really benefit-driven. In the welcome email, you reiterate that. You make sure that people remember what those benefits are going to be on an ongoing basis for them. So in the example on the screen, they do this really well. They not only do it in the first initial paragraph of text, they also pull those benefits out into a pod on their own so that you can really clearly see what you're going to get now. Now, this example also includes a whitelisting request, and we haven't talked about whitelisting so far, so just a really quick note on this. Whitelisting in this instance, and this is personal whitelisting, is where somebody adds you to their address book. So you can see in the example on the screen that Curry's PC World do this in 2 areas. In the pre-header section of their email, so that's this very top section of the email, before the logo, before anything else happens in the email, they've got it in that very top section. They're also showing it again in that main introductory paragraphs that they have of the email to welcome you, reiterate the benefits. They also include it there. So the key to this, as you can see on the screen, is really encouraging people to add your sending domain to their address book or safe list. And you can even go one step further with this, and you can provide a link to a page on your website where people can get instructions of how to complete this action for the most common email clients. So for example, Hotmail, AOL, Gmail, Yahoo. You can include instructions to show people how to do this, how to complete that action, because a lot of people aren't quite sure. And this is a really positive engagement metric. So I recommend having a look at that. Okay, so the other thing this email does, and this welcome email does, is it prompts for more information. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that in your welcome email, but it's a really good place to do that. And what we call this is progressive profiling. So basically finding out more information about people after they've signed up. So as you can see here, Curry's PC World are using the welcome email to direct people to a short questionnaire and giving another benefit that they could have the chance to win a prize as well. So it's a way to gain more information without putting it all on the sign-up form. This email also gives other options for connecting with the brand. So again, we're connecting back with social media here. So we're not just using social media to drive subscribers into our email list. It's a reciprocal relationship, and we're driving subscribers back to our social media to learn from all the extra content and fantastic things that are going on there and join in the conversation. This email also gives people the option to contact Curry's PC World directly, whether that's through their postal address, phone number, and email address. The point here is that they're being really clear and open and honest and transparent. They're not hiding who they are. If people would like to contact them, they can. If they have a question, then they can. And it's giving them that key information. But the really main thing here in the welcome email is just to go back a step, welcome them, thank them for signing up, reiterate those benefits of subscribing, and make sure that they can get to different areas of your website and direct them to different places to contact you. or to obviously go onto your social media sites, okay? So you want to include that main information, but not overwhelm people in that first email. So that's the first type of triggered email that I wanted to talk to you about today, and it really is an important email. It sets the tone for the relationship. You could, and some people do, particularly more product-based businesses, will give a special offer in their welcome email as well, and that's absolutely something that you can do. But a great email to go and set up and optimize straight off. Now, the next type of triggered emails that I would like to talk to you about is creating a targeted sales funnel. Now, I mean, we could talk about sales funnels all day long, and we have a very, very short amount of time today, so I just want to cover some of the key elements. So here we are talking about a series of emails, and I want you to start thinking about this in terms of the initial first 30 days after a subscriber signs up, and building the relationship within that time. Now, obviously, sales funnels can go on for a lot longer than 30 days. They don't have to start after somebody's signed up. You can start them at other times during the relationship. But just using this example, and in terms of getting you going and giving you a really actionable step to take after this webinar, I'd like you to really concentrate on those first 30 days to begin with, and concentrate on providing that added value, building the relationship, and then leading to prompting a sale, okay? So you don't really, although in product-based businesses it can work very well giving that special offer in the welcome email, I would test that out, and particularly with service-based businesses, they need to get to know you first. They need to get that added value from you and learn from you, and build that relationship before they're going to purchase from you, chances are. It's a slightly longer sort of sales cycle there. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And you want to make sure that you're planning out those touch points so that you know when people are coming in, perhaps through your social media channels, if you're offering different opt-in offers, if you're offering a cheat sheet in one area, if you're offering a free video series in another area. Make sure you're planning those out, because you might want slightly different sales funnels for each of those. But it really is that series of emails that builds the relationship. So a few examples for you of some information that you can include in your sales funnels. You can include information about your social media channels, about specific areas of your website that they can get more information either about your business, more fantastic free content, or learn something from you. Direct them to those areas. And the reason we do this over a series of emails is because we don't want to overwhelm people. As I said with the welcome email, there are certain things you want to include in there, but you don't want to overwhelm people. So we could move a whole specific email that's dedicated to social media, for example. You can tell stories about how you've overcome specific problems, how you got started doing what you're doing. Depending on which angle it is and obviously what you're selling at the end of the sales funnel, certainly use stories and build stories into that email series to help to make the sale at the end. So you want to look at those key touch points. So it could be when a subscriber first joins your list and those first 30 days after they sign up. Or, as I mentioned before, you can start sales funnels at different places, and this one may sound strange. When a subscriber purchases, and you may be thinking, well, hang on a minute, they've just purchased, why am I going to put them into a sales cycle? It could be to cross-sell them, to upsell them. It could be that they then go into a sales cycle because you know that with your customer life cycle, people usually purchase from you once a year. You would then put them into the next sales funnel to start perhaps in 9 or 10 months' time to warm them up again to repurchase from you. Okay, so have a think about those touch points and how you can generate a series of emails, because that's all a sales funnel is. It's a series of emails, taking them through, adding value to getting to that point of a sale. And you can also create a touch that doesn't open or click on an email, or doesn't open or click on emails for a specific period of time. So more than a sales funnel here, this is really just a triggered email series. So for example, you could look to reactivate and re-engage subscribers who haven't opened or clicked on your emails for the past 6 months, and you work through those. So some examples of other triggered emails, they could be demographic based. So for example, you could trigger an email out when somebody on your subscriber list has a birthday. Say happy birthday to deliver a special offer, or a certain time before their birthday. So information that you know about them can be used to trigger emails. Behavior, the way that they behave on your website, for example. If you have tracking integrated there and can find out back to your subscribers whether they visited a certain page or a product category, or perhaps they haven't purchased in a certain amount of time, or if they haven't made a specific interaction such as logging in, or even back to your email program, as we said with the reactivation campaign, if they haven't engaged for a certain amount of time. So based on their behavior, you could trigger emails to provide additional information, prompt them to look at a different area, prompt them with a discount if they've looked at perhaps a product or a service on your site and then not converted. But that will need a little bit of extra tracking going on there for the behavior. Now, another example is around purchase. So if any of you are selling any products online, this is a great way to use email marketing with your transactional messaging. But you can also set up triggered emails if they haven't purchased again within a certain time period, if they haven't purchased at all within a certain time period after subscribing to your list, if you send them out a product and obviously through your transactional emails you're confirming their purchase, you may also want to trigger out an email to request a review from them. Or again, if you have some additional tracking on your website, if somebody goes into your shopping cart, your basket on your website, and then doesn't go through to complete the purchase, you can trigger an email to prompt them to complete that purchase and help them with any issues that they may have. So just to kind of put those examples into a visual format, on the screen you can see an example where I was sent an email because I hadn't logged into my account for quite a while. So they wanted to share the new features with me that I was missing because I hadn't logged in. There's one example of how it can be used. Another example here from boohoo.com, requesting feedback after I'd made a purchase. And again, they're using the information they know about me. The email has been triggered 10 days since I ordered, and that's also talked about in the copy of the email. They've got the products in there that I've purchased. They've obviously got my name in there. So they're using that information and then triggering a highly personalized email based on what I've purchased to request a review. So just a couple of examples for you there. Now, we've gone through a lot of information over the last little while, so I just wanted to have a little recap of those 3 main points. The first is to grow your list organically and optimize your sign-up process. So gain that explicit opt-in, get permission to send them those emails, make your sign-up form really enticing, make your copy on the sign-up form benefit-driven. Remember, what's in it for me? And even considering adding an opt-in offer, a lead magnet, to really entice the sign-up. The second point was to plan it and send interesting, relevant content. So planning out the next 6 to 12 months and the content outlines of those emails, and then using that information that you're gathering from subscribers to really make those emails personal. Use segmentation, split your list into smaller sets so that you can provide targeted, relevant information to each. And then the third and the really key tip here is to make your life easier and make money while you sleep with triggered emails. So have a think about those touch points. Start off with the welcome email and then develop through your sales funnels, but look at touch points past when a subscriber signs up. You do want to go further than that. But triggered emails are fantastic because they're hitting people at the right time when in. So now really is the time to make a choice. You can choose option A, like this little doggy on the screen, and you can hide away from all of this and think, it's too complicated, it's too much, I just can't do it, and you just hide away from it, and you don't get all the benefits. You can choose option B, and you can spend loads of time scouring the internet and running your own campaigns and making those mistakes for yourself, and of course learning from them, but still going through that time to make those mistakes. Or you can take option C, which is a shortcut and follow a proven step-by-step system to make sure you minimize your mistakes and start to create a successful email program to build a relationship with your subscribers and generate revenue sooner rather than later. So I'd like to introduce you all to the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. This is a 100% online training course produced specifically for entrepreneurs and small business owners like yourself to really give you the foundations that you need to have a successful email marketing program and take it to the next level with elements like segmentation and triggered emails. Because it's time to get the customers that you deserve. And email marketing underpins every other type of email marketing you're doing. So if you're driving traffic to your website using social media, creating content, participating in interviews, or any other marketing techniques that are driving prospects to a touch point with you and your business, you need to be using email marketing to capture that information, build a relationship with them, and generate sales. So within the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing Academy, we've got 9 modules of step-by-step content for you. So this is delivered via video tutorials, worksheets, templates, checklists, real-life examples, and, of course, what course would be complete without an end-of-course quiz? So we've also got a quiz in there for you. Now, the great thing about this course is that you can access all of the modules instantly. For the rest of your life, you will have access to those modules, and you can access them from wherever you are, whenever you would like to, as long as you've got an internet connection. So you've got that lifetime membership. If we have any updates to the course, which will happen over time, you get those updates as well. And you also get to become part of an exclusive online community of other entrepreneurs, so you can share your email marketing tips and tricks and successes with the rest of the group. The fantastic thing here is that there's a no-risk money-back guarantee. So it's a 30-day, 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee. And if you're not entirely happy, simply hand in those first 4 modules of the worksheets from the first 4 modules, and we will refund you 100%. So there is no risk. But what I'd like to do now is just run you quickly through some of the unique points of each of the modules to really show you how much information is in this course, how it's going to benefit you, and how much you're going to learn. So the first module is all about the technology excuse me, behind email marketing. We're going to have a look at what the technology is, what an email service provider is, and why you can't live without one. We're going to have a look at how to choose the best provider suited to your specific needs and how to get started with that technology that you're going to need to run your email marketing campaigns. Now, if you're already using an email service provider, this module is still highly relevant to you. We also look at switching service providers. So if you want to switch from MailChimp to Aweber to Constant Contact to Infusionsoft, we also look at the key ways that you can gain all of that information you need from your old ESP and move over to your new ESP. Okay, so this is still highly relevant information. Now, in Module 2, we go into growing your list, and we look at why you absolutely have to build your list if you want to grow your business and your income. So we go through a range of list building strategies, and we also again hone in on creating that sign up form and where to place it on your site to maximize those subscribers that you're gaining. We also look at the pros and cons of each of your opt-in options and which one is optimal for your engagement in the future. But we also look at the vital elements of the sign-up process for the best conversion rate and everything you need to know to stay on the right side of the law in the UK, USA, Canada, and Australia. So we've got you covered when it comes to growing your subscriber list successfully. In Module 3, we go deeper into planning your email campaigns. So we've really scratched the surface with the information today. And we're going to really look in this module at setting objectives for your email marketing using my 6-step process. We're going to also look at how to design a realistic email marketing schedule that keeps you ahead of the game, again in 6 easy steps. So we break it down for you and hold your hand through each of the processes. I'm going to show you how to get to know your email marketing readers in even more depth so that you can create that content that really speaks directly to them. And we're going to talk about how to decide on what content to create, when it's best to broadcast, all of these key questions that people have about email marketing, including the kind of emails you should be sending beyond your regular newsletter. So we really deep dive into the planning and the objectives and setting all of that down on paper for you. Module 4 again goes into the welcome email, because as I mentioned, this is a really critical email. So we deep dive on this to really make sure that your subscribers feel right at home as soon as they come into your email program. We look at why sending the email, the welcome email, is so crucial, how it sets the tone for the entire email relationship that you have with your new subscribers, the key elements that to include in a welcome email, so we go into that in a lot more detail, and how to build on your welcome email and take it a step further so that you can really foster that relationship with your clients in those all-important first 30 days after sign up. So going into that sales funnel with the relationship building aspect here. And Module 5 takes you into optimizing the look of your emails for maximum effect. So we're going to go through why email design is so important and the really key elements of email design to make sure that your emails have the best chance of converting when you send them out. You're going to want to know this next bit because it's my top 2 email marketing design don'ts. So that is critical information in this module. But also why it's crucial to design your emails so that they can be viewed on a mobile device, something that's really key nowadays. And what I also do for you in this module is I break down the anatomy of an email, what each section means and where it is in your email. We're going to look at the 5 key creative elements that you should optimize in your emails for maximum success. So again, another really key module, whether you've already started with email marketing and are sending out regular emails, or you're just getting started, all of the fantastic information we're going through here will help you to either get going in the right way or to optimize your current efforts to make sure you're making the most of your email marketing and generating, of course, the highest revenue that you can. So Module 6 is talking all about creating relevant content that your subscribers are going to be dying to read. So we go into more detail about list segmentation, what it is and the proof that it works, and how to get started with segmenting your list. We also look at 9 techniques for crafting compelling, irresistible subject lines, because as I mentioned earlier, if people aren't opening your emails, they're not seeing all your fantastic content. So we also want to, once we've got that fantastic subject line, we're going to look at how to create copy that converts as well. Again, another question I get asked all the time is about creating that copy that converts. So we look at that in this module. And then we look at how to use those different segments strategically to really personalize those emails for your readers. And as you've learned today, that is key to your email marketing success. Now, Module 7, we look at testing. Now, there's 2 types of testing here. There's the pre-send internal testing to yourself and perhaps your team or your virtual assistant or anyone you have working with. You could even be your boyfriend or your girlfriend, just to test that your email's working correctly. And then we also have live testing. So that's when you're testing different elements of your email to see what works best with your live subscriber base. So in terms of pre-send testing, we're going to look at what you should send internally on your emails before you send them and what to do and the steps to take if something goes wrong after you've pressed the send button on your email. We're also going to look, as I said, at why it's important to test elements on your live broadcast to your live database and how to create a testing strategy that works. We're going to look at 2 key ways to test elements of your campaigns, and we're going to look at key elements of your emails to test to increase your response rate and increase your revenue. So a really critical module here, and if you're not doing testing already, you should be doing it, and this module is going to take you through everything you need to know to get started with testing and improving your live campaign results. Now, Module 8 looks at analysing your emails. So once you've sent out your campaigns, we're looking in this module about the statistics that are available to you and what they all mean. We're looking at how is best to benchmark your campaign so you can see how you're getting on in the grand scheme of things. We're going to look at how to use your results to inform future campaigns. And I'm going to show you in really easy steps how to create a tracking spreadsheet. And we've even got a tracking spreadsheet set out for you to use straight away there. So really critical module, analysing what's happened before and using that information to inform your future campaigns. And then the final module is module 9. And here we deep dive a little bit more into triggered emails. So we go into what a triggered email or autoresponder is, how you can use triggered emails to work less and make money while you sleep, something I'm sure we all want to do as there are never enough hours in the day, how to use triggers to automate your email marketing and save time for the other things that you really want to be doing in your business, how to use triggered emails to develop a profitable sales funnel for your business, as we said, critical there, and ideas for other triggered emails that you can run to your audience. So we've just run through briefly there all of the amazing content that is in each of the modules, and I think you'll agree there's a lot to keep you going there and a lot of actionable points within those modules that are really going to help you to make a difference to your email marketing and to your business. So this course is really for you if you're just starting out, or even if you've been in business for a little while, but if you're struggling to get email marketing fully, or you want to take your email marketing to the next level, or simply just get started in the right way and have that foundation through everything that you're doing to ensure your email marketing is a success. If you want to learn how to increase your reach, your engagement, your sales, and build long-lasting, profitable relationships with a highly engaged customer base, this course is for you. If you're passionate, motivated, and serious about your business becoming a success, and you're willing to invest that time and energy to boost your knowledge and your skills and your confidence and grow your business, to improve the campaigns you're currently sending, or just to create a fantastic email program from the start that allows you to automate your email marketing and leverage your time better and optimize how you use your list, this course is for you. But this course is definitely not for you if you just want instant results but you're not willing to invest that energy to make them. You know, I've said throughout the whole webinar, learning things is great, but you need to implement to really see a difference. So if you struggle to implement those new skills and ideas without that extra sort of one-on-one hand-holding, this course probably isn't quite right for you. And if you're generally a person who expects overnight success, this course probably isn't for you. You know, email marketing is highly effective, but it's not going to turn you into a millionaire overnight. You've got to put in some serious effort, get the groundwork set up, get that base there, get various campaigns and series running, and then it very well could be the tool that takes you through to being a millionaire. But some serious effort is required first, and the information that's within this course will give you that grounded, optimized email campaigns in the future. So I just want to take you very briefly through a couple of testimonials from some fantastic people who have already been through the program and are already seeing successes from the information. So the first here is from a lady called Angela Clay. And Angela says, I enjoy taking the Email Marketing Academy course. I was a beginner at building my business and really needing my handheld with getting started. I appreciate the course and it allowed me to build a solid foundation on getting my email list going. If you're just starting out, I recommend this course. It will help you lay the foundation and give you a great start with building your email list. So that was a lovely testimonial from Angela. And then we've also got one from Jeff, who said, wow, what a fantastic course. While being very simple to follow, it was the most resourceful course I have ever done. From being an email beginner, I now feel like I'm a pro. This course has changed my approach to email marketing and is already increasing my business income from some of the simple techniques I learned on the course and have been implementing so far. Thank you, and I would recommend this course to anyone who uses email marketing. Whether it's just a few emails you send or thousands, you can gain valuable knowledge. Then we've also got a testimonial here from the gorgeous Darla Kirchner, who says the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing is the perfect course for those starting their business and currently building a business. Kate's expertise shines as she shares abundantly her knowledge, resources, worksheets, and techniques. As an entrepreneur who has had many lists over the years, I now understand the value and incorporate my new email skills and strategies to my business. I learned to effectively market and share with my audience, and my list consistently grows with the tools I have learnt. I highly recommend you get this course to start using your best resource and learn how to effectively communicate with them in the right way. So some really great feedback from the people who've already been through the course. But I don't want to just stop there. I also want to give you some exclusive bonuses because you've been on the webinar with us today. You've taken your time, and I know that as a small business owner, time is short. So I've really appreciated you being here with us today. And the two bonuses I'd also like to give you are a comprehensive Best Practice Examples ebook. So this is going through loads of real life examples showing different email elements and how they're being done well by other companies. It's going to really get your creative juices flowing. And I'm also going to give you exclusive access to my own personal list of tools. So this is WordPress plugins and email marketing tools that I use in my business. So you're going to get both of those bonuses. Now, the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing, as you can see, there is so much content in there. These are techniques that I have tried and tested over the last 10 years. There is thousands of dollars worth of content included in this. Now, the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing normally retails for $849, but for you guys on the webinar, and don't forget you've got the 30-day money-back guarantee, I'd like to offer it to you for the exclusive launch offer price of just $425. That's a massive 50% off. But you need to be fast because this offer is going soon. And I want to give you a fast action bonus just for you guys on this webinar. So the first 15 people to register for the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing Academy in the next 15 minutes will also get access to 3 live group coaching sessions with me. And this is all in for just the $425 as I mentioned. You're going to get this amazing fast action bonus on top of all of the other bonuses, 9 modules, access to the exclusive community. You're going to get everything all in together. So I'm going to start the timer on the 15 minutes for the fast action bonus. So the first people to, and my timer's not working, but we'll time it on my watch. The first 15 people to take up that offer in the next 15 minutes will get the course for just $425 and that amazing fast action bonus and the other bonuses all for that one payment. Don't forget you've got the money back guarantee for 30 days, so you simply hand in your first worksheets from the first 4 modules and we will refund you your full purchase price 100% with no questions asked. So there is absolutely no risk, and this course is really going to give you the foundation and take you so much further than we've discussed today, take you step by step through everything that you need to know to create a really successful email marketing program. So I believe that just below this webinar you will see a button to buy the offer or take out the offer. Emma, I don't know if we can just confirm the wording on the button below the webinar, but you'll see the button there to take out the offer, and if you click on that button you'll be taken through to a landing page and you'll see a big green button at the top that says Get Immediate Access. Click on that and you'll be taken through to the PayPal payment system. So all your payment details are 100% secure. We never get any of your credit card details or anything. That all goes through PayPal, so it's really secure to make that purchase. And of course, if you've got any questions, we've now got the next 15 minutes or so while the time is running down to answer any questions that you have either about the course or about any of the today. So I'm going to sort of pick my computer up now and just move myself back over to where Emma is, and we're going to answer those questions for you.
Okay, hi everybody, this is Emma here, and wow, I am amazed at the amount of content that Kate has shared with us all today. And we will be leaving the webinar replay up on the Facebook page for the rest of this weekend, because I know I want to watch it again. I've been sat here in my office absolutely spellbound with the amount of content that's in there, and it's given me so many ideas. I've been using email marketing for nearly 6 years now, but I am no expert, so I'm really looking forward to going back over that replay. So, should we go live on screen? Should we dare our faces?
Absolutely, yeah,
okay.
absolutely. And obviously that button is just below the webinar to link through to purchase, so there's nothing on the screen there that people need to see, so that's absolutely fine with me.
Okay, so hopefully you can all see us now back in the room and can hear us without any echoes. So if anyone can put a thumbs up in the comments, that would be great, because it sounds fine this end, but hopefully we're not getting the funny warbling sound that we had at the beginning, so sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to ask Kate some of the questions that we've already picked up now, so I'm going to put them on top of my screen.
Put me on the spot.
I'm going to put Kate on the spot, but you know, she doesn't need to worry about that, does she? Because she really knows her stuff. She is fantastic.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so first question was asked by Nessie before the webinar started. She has put, I've created a new Facebook page which generated 500 likes in 3 days. Well, firstly, that's brilliant, Nessie. Fantastic. She hasn't put a link to the Facebook page, so I'm not sure what niche she's in, but basically she's asking Kate, how do I convert them into leads and clients? So this is someone who's created a page, a new page, I presume, and got very quickly. I'm not sure how she's been doing that, whether she's just been promoting in groups or online, or whether she's actually been running some ads. So Kate, you've had about a minute to think about it.
Yeah, that's okay, because that's a great question, and hopefully we've kind of answered that with the content that I've given you today. So, just to kind of recap on that, in terms of your social media, you could, on your Facebook page, create a custom tab where people can then sign up to your email list and obviously give them that compelling offer to come through. You could give them snippets, previews of the kind of content that's coming in your next newsletter to entice them that they're not going to get this content anywhere else. It's exclusive, they need to be on your email list. But basically, it's just about telling them about it, making it enticing, putting it out there on your social media. You could run a competition. There are loads of ways that you can connect the two together, but make sure you're telling them about it. And in terms of them sort of converting them into leads and clients, this really comes down to the sales funnel and having that triggered email series in place to work for you and make you money while you sleep, one of my favorite phrases. But that's where you're going to start to convert them. So you want to build a relationship with them through that sales funnel and then lead them into the sales process. So we haven't had a lot of time to go into real detail about sales funnels today, and maybe Emma, we can run another webinar where we look in more detail about that. But that's what you want to be looking at, and that's the area. It's getting them onto the email list so that they're yours, and you can send them that really valuable, relevant information and lead on to the sale. So hopefully we've answered that question throughout the content.
Fantastic reply there, Kate. Really good. So that's for Nessie. And for Nikki, Nikki's asked a couple of questions. So her first question is, do you have any recommended landing pages that you would recommend?
Okay, I don't know if we're talking technology here or if we're talking sort of elements of a landing page. Now, I know in terms of technology, a lot of people like lead pages. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. There are other providers out there. That's just one that I know a lot of people use. You can, of course, create a landing page on your website. If you're using WordPress, you just create a new page. You can take off the sidebars and all of those bits. So it really depends the technology that you're using, the budget that you've got to spend, and how you want to do it. So in terms of technology, I'm not sure I can give you kind of a definite answer there.
There are lots of options, because of course it depends what type of website you're using as well, what platform you're using. And also I would say it also can depend, because if you're already using an email provider, you can actually use their link to just an opt-in box that's on the website. So if you're a beginner, don't worry about a landing page. You know, as long as you've got a list and you've created your first setup, then you can actually just put the link there. So you can put your link in Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, wherever you're going, and that will encourage people to opt in. And in fact, your opt-in sign-up forms now can be quite fancy. So, you know, if you are doing a giveaway and giving them perhaps some information, sharing an ebook or something on your top tips, then that can go at the top of your opt-in box. So, you know, even as a beginner, you can just start with that. That's what I'd recommend.
Absolutely, yeah. Just get started. That's the main thing. Start getting that sign-up form out there. However it is, get it out there.
That's right. Okay. So Nikki's also asked, what do you recommend for setting up triggered emails? She's saying that she uses MailChimp for her campaigns. Can I set these up with MailChimp?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, MailChimp, you can't do it on the free version of MailChimp, so you would need to upgrade to the paid version if you haven't already, but that starts at literally, I think it's like $6 a month. It's, you know, literally a couple of pounds. It's not very much. And then that gives you access to the autoresponder section. Now, MailChimp have made some changes to the autoresponders recently that have actually made them a bit better, which is fantastic. But it means that you can create triggered funnels and store all the emails together and have them triggering one after the other depending on what your rules are. So, for example, if you want email 1 to trigger immediately and after sign up, and then if you want email 2 to trigger after 2 days, email 3 after another 2 days, you can set that up within MailChimp. So have a look at the autoresponders section in there and start having a little play around. Just create a new autoresponder and play around. Nothing's going to happen unless you set it live and press the send button. So you don't have to worry about that, but you can have a fiddle around. And in terms of creating the campaigns, it's exactly the same. It's the same. You choose your template and you design it and put that all together. It's just making sure that you're setting up the triggers in there. So what list it's connected to and what the rules are behind it. So, for example, is the trigger rule somebody joins the mailing list? Or is the trigger rule that you're searching on somebody's birthday, and is it their birthday that day and you send out the email? So you just need to work on your triggers there. But MailChimp, yeah, absolutely, you can do some great campaigns in MailChimp.
Fantastic. Okay, and the last question that we have here today is from Sian, who asks, I'm a wedding planner, okay, and she receives contact information from a magazine that she advertises in, and she wants to work out what her opt-in technique should be and how she can apply it to this kind of contact. She's saying she's never really known how to approach these leads. Well, obviously, to start with, you have to have their permission. And I'll pass it over to Kate from that one.
Absolutely. There are some caveats to that, but let's stick to the main overall base. And to be honest with you, even morally, let's even take the legals out of it. You should be getting permission to send to somebody, because if someone doesn't want to hear from you, why would you waste your time sending them emails? We want that engaged, targeted audience. So absolutely, so you do need to get an opt-in. So again, I'm not 100% sure on all of the ins and outs, of course, because we've just got the very short question. But if people are contacting you based on an ad that you have in a magazine, what I would say is when they come through and contact you, your first contact back with them, ask them if they'd like to opt in to receive your other email communications as well. Depending on how you've got the ad in the magazine, you may be able to add an opt-in onto that in some way. Obviously, that would depend on what the ad's like, what you're offering in the ad. You know, are you offering something for free? Could you add, you know, an opt-in to the ad? Or if they've got that ad online, if it's an online magazine, obviously you could add an opt-in onto it straight through there. But if not, if we're talking, you know, direct marketing, you know, print magazine, then definitely as they make that contact with you, and obviously you can talk to them directly, but to send them any marketing emails, you need to be getting their explicit opt-ins. You need to ask them.
Yeah, I have to say, going back 6 years, I did do a number of wedding fairs, and I know that it's common practice with wedding industry to get the brides to sign in when they go to a wedding fair. Now, obviously, it's slightly different, but they do pass those leads on to the people at the fair. So I'm guessing that this is a similar scenario, that these companies that set up magazines are going to have adverts in their magazines that they hand out at the wedding fairs, and you're probably advertising in there. So what I used to do was I would take their emails, sometimes they have a phone number. So in those days, 6 years ago, we used to ring them up. But that's
Scary stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't happen so much now. But basically, you know, we used to put them onto our database and actually send them a permission-based request forms that they would have to opt into our system. Now, technically, that may not be the way you do it now because things have changed, but that's how it kind of works.
Yeah. As long as you're getting an opt-in, that's the key. As long as they're being asked, do you want to receive ongoing emails from your company? And as long as they're saying yes, that's the key thing. How you ask them, whether it's on the phone, whether it's, you know, through email, or they just email you back and say, yeah, I'd love to be on your email list, that's fine. Just have that sort of paper trail and have that coming through so that you can go back to it and show how they opted in, but get that explicit permission. That's definitely the bottom line, because anyone who doesn't tell you, yes, I want to be part of your email program, I want to receive this valuable information from you, you're wasting your time emailing them. So you just want those really interested, engaged prospects on there.
It's better to have less, but to have the targeted ones that are interested in what you're actually talking about. So 100%. That's definitely.
I'd rather have 100 people on my email list than 1 million people. I'd rather have 100 people that are wanting to hear from me, who are opening my emails, who are clicking through on them, engaging with them, than 1 million people who have no clue who I am, don't really care, and are not interested in what I'm sending out. So it is much better to have a small engaged list than a massive list that's just come from all over the place. So yeah, be targeted.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the questions, and I just wanted to shout out massive thank you for all of you who've joined us today live on the call. I know there have been lots of you joining in. Apologies for the hiccups at the beginning. I have no idea. My mic was switched off, but we were in quite a close space, so there must be some sort of connection issue there. So, but we got it right in the end. So we'll have a look at that. The replay, as I say, will be up on the Facebook page. And for those of you that have signed up, you need to go and grab the Get the Checklist button on the Facebook page at the bottom, and make sure you sign up for that. And then we will be sending out a live replay recording and the checklist for you later on today. Get it ready for the weekend so you can really get stuck in. Also, don't forget, for the next 5 minutes now, be looking at my timer, get the offer down below. If you are serious about looking into your email marketing and joining Kate and myself in the Facebook group.
Absolutely, the exclusive community. Emma's already in there and is absolutely one of our testers.
Email Marketing Academy. It's fantastic, and I've learned so much already, so I highly recommend you join us. And we will close. It's 2:30. We've been about an hour and a half, a little bit longer than we thought, but
sorry,
hope you enjoyed it. As I say, you can carry on in the Facebook group all weekend. You'll be able to replay that, and you know, I'm going to be doing that because there's lots to learn. So thank you so much to Kate. I've really enjoyed it. I know she deserves a drink, cup of tea, cup of coffee, perhaps even a glass of wine. Maybe it's Friday. So see you all later, guys, and thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks,
and we'll catch up with you again soon.